In sub-Saharan Africa, it is estimated that a staggering 20 million people walk on their barefoot, facing daily challenges that extend far beyond their footsteps. In Ghana, a considerable number of school pupils either walk several kilometers on their barefoot to school or they simply wear slippers, a situation that has compelled many to fall off the educational cliff. Supporting the education of children and putting smiles on their faces remains one of the critical focuses of Access Bank. But the bank's environmental sustainability policy has been one of the fulcrums around which the idea of remodeling worn-out ties into sandals for the use of school children hinges.
I think we will see many more of such initiatives to manage waste in Ghana. This is just one of such, and the impact is going to be felt across the nation. I think also a good thing that it will do, it will manage the demand we see on FX, foreign exchange for customers. So these sandals that probably would have been imported, or probably people wouldn't have been able to afford, now they can get it because Access Bank and its stakeholders have chosen to invest in this initiative.
In the bustling cities of Ghana, a less visible but equally foreboding threat quietly wreaks havoc: old, abandoned and unused tires. These tires, once essential for mobility, have now found a second life as silent culprits, creating an environmental nightmare that extends far beyond mere inconvenience.
So when the campaign started, I was very passionate about it, especially looking at the fact that it's going to impact on the lives of the less privileged and also promote education.
Access Bank rallied their staff together to not only bet a dream but to actualize it.
In line with the environmental sustainability goal of protecting the planet, these ties normally are not disposed properly. The way they dispose them, it leads to carbon emission in the environment. So as a way of also protecting the environment, I had the passion to also go for these ties to make sure that they are properly used and properly disposed to help the less privileged in the society.
The project hinges on two of the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goal on Education, SDG Goal 4, Target 4.1, indicates that by 2030, all girls and boys complete free, equitable and quality primary and secondary education, leading to relevant and effective learning outcomes. SDG Goal 12 on Responsible Consumption and Production indicates that by 2020, there should be an achievement of the environmentally sound management of chemicals and all waste throughout their life cycle in accordance with agreed international frameworks and significantly reduce their release to air, water and soil in order to minimize their adverse impact on human health and the environment. By 2030, substantial reduction of waste generation through prevention, reduction and recycling and reuse.
This might be the beginning of a long journey. We get about 5 sandals from one car tire. We plan to do about 2,500 car tires to enable us to reach 13,000 plus school children. How did we come about this figure? We had an initiative to say that if every staff of Access Bank submits or gives us about 2 tires, that's about 10 school sandals for 10 school children. And with the staff workforce we have, we thought about if everybody brings minimum 2 tires, we can get about 13,000 school children or 13,000 plus school children having free school sandals to wear out of the waste of 2 car tires per staff. That's the scratching the surface, but we believe that we can do way more than this. But we've pegged ourselves at the point of 2,500 tires, old tires, to convert to about 13,000 plus school sandals for school children. We can do more, of course, yes.
With a vision inspired by the passion to put smiles on the faces of children while helping to deal with the environmental hazards the abandoned car tires pose to the environment, Access Bank contracted Giant Afrique, an environmentally friendly organization known for its artistry.
This simple idea that we conceived in a small meeting conversation, we took it to our management. Management bought into it and even encouraged us to expand it. And the whole idea is that we needed to create or get raw materials to work. And the raw material in this case is waste. And we engaged our staff. We had the staff engagement. We had the communication done internally. And trust me, even before we ended our communication, we started getting donations of tires. People began to give us prospects of tires they can use. As I'm talking to you now, tires are still coming in, and that's what I'm letting you know that this project is not a one-off project, something that we're going to do for a long time.
Access Bank has for a start set its sights on 5 regions in Ghana: the Northern, Upper West, Eastern, Greater Accra and Western regions. 2 schools have been selected in each of these regions, where an initial 700 to 1,000 pair of sandals have been distributed to school pupils. The project spans 3 to 5 years, aiming to gather more than 2,500 old car ties contributed by both the dedicated staff of Access Bank and their valued customers, with the noble goal of transforming them into a remarkable array of over 13,000 sandals.
So we went through a process working with qualified personnel to provide sandals to students in Ghana, in schools in Ghana. It's the first phase, and we intend to take it all over Ghana. And if it's well received, as we believe it should, we intend to multiply this impact across Ghana and, of course, in West African countries in which we operate in. I think it's a good initiative because it helps students to go to school in a comfortable manner. If you notice the quality of the sandals, I think they are very durable, and I think it's innovative in some sense. It's also branded Access Bank because we are proud of what we have out there. We want to give our own quota to students to learn in a very conducive environment, to go to school in a very conducive environment. Our research shows that quite a number of students are out of school and go to school in very harsh conditions. This is our only way to ensure that students learn, have access to school in a convenient manner, and of course they can be leaders of tomorrow because of the foundation they have in terms of learning.
Armed with creativity and a toolkit, Giant Afrique transformed the collected ties into vibrant adjustable sandals. Each pair became a unique creation, combining functionality with fashion to bring smiles to the faces of school children.
So using tires to make school sandals, it's just mind-blowing. It's basically a very simple solution to a very big problem, because you have thousands of kids or even millions of kids across Africa who go to school with very unsafe footwear. Kids across, those who go with slippers, those who even walk barefooted for kilometers to school simply because they can't afford a pair of sandals. Right? And so for a bank like Access Bank to say, I want to contribute towards changing that narrative, it doesn't mean that it's going to make it possible for every school child in Africa that can't afford a pair of sandals to have one, but then it's the process of unlocking that bigger awareness that it is possible for other entities to join hands and actually take on this initiative to use old tires to make sandals, Sandal More, that is how they call it. Just one sandal more, right? That is all it takes to change the world.
Access Bank, as a matter of policy, intends supporting indigenous businesses like Giant Afrique with protective gadgets, working tools and capitals to enable them grow in leaps and bounds.
We couldn't have done it better or even done it well if we have not gotten support from our staff and also some of our customers. This call wasn't just to our staff, it was a call to our social media fan base, to our customers. I want to say a big thank you to Moments and After, to ProWheel, and also to CFS Group, some of our customers who have come in. A lot of other customers have come on board. I just want to say a big thank you to them. I also want to say thank you to Graphic Communication for supporting us as well on this initiative, and a very big one to the management of Access Bank for allowing us to grow with our creativity to change tomorrow. And it's a modern banking for us. As our tagline says, modern banking. I'm very happy that through this exercise we are able to demonstrate that. Yes, it's a marathon. We're just starting. It's our first level. It's our first year doing it. And I think this initiative we just kicked off, we've been able to give about 1,000 schools to about 1,000 school children across 10 schools in 5 regions, which is something good as a start. Like I said, I'm sure I'm going to re-echo the voice of management of Access Bank, something we are going to do within the next 3 to 5 years. So a lot more children are going to get quality school sandals, better quality school sandals through this initiative. So we are still calling for more time.
Meet Fulira, a bright-eyed 12-year-old with dreams of becoming a doctor. Every day, Fulira and her peers would embark on a dusty journey to school, either barefoot or with worn-out slippers that offered little protection against the scorching heat. Now, they beam with excitement at the benevolence of Access Bank.
I am in basic sales. I am happy that you are giving us sandals. God bless you. We thank God for today. We thank you too for giving us the sandals for free. Some of us, our parents doesn't have money to buy the sandals for us.
As for we the students, we weren't expecting it. But I can see my colleagues, they are very happy because of this. But we say thank you to Access Bank. We appreciate it a lot.
The inaugural sandal distribution day was spectacular, with the children gleefully trying on their new eco-friendly footwear. Fulira, now sporting a pair of stylish sandals, felt the coolness beneath her feet and couldn't help but twirl with joy.
This part of the country, when it gets to like March, April, the sun is always very scorchy, and all the children are not from this community. They walk from far to this place. Imagine a child walking barefooted from like P2 to this place. It's quite a distance. The sun very scorchy, and there may be no shade to even hide before resting small before coming. So it will improve their learning, like attendance. Maybe some of the children coming to school without sandals. Today my legs are paining, I cannot come there. With these sandals, the pain will reduce more for them to be able to come. So it will impact a lot on their learning.
In the glowing warmth of the Ghanaian sun, Fulira and her peers stepped out confidently into a brighter future thanks to the tireless effort of Access Bank's initiative. A journey where every discarded tire became a step towards change.
It's a good concept. We will encourage all to come along with the bank's initiative. And to the bank, we want them to remain sustained. The project remains sustained. And we are ready at Environmental Protection Agency to provide whatever assistance they may need in terms of technical regulations and other means. Even if we have got to direct collectors of these waste materials to their facility. So it's quite interesting to note that private sector is actively involved in trying to clean up the environment. The natural environment and then the built environment has been so impacted by our daily lives, by what we use and discard after end of use. And used car tires is one of such products, and it's giving us a lot of headache.
The Environmental Protection Agency is elated at the initiative and the driving force of Access Bank. The MD of Access Bank says this is just the beginning of greater things the bank intends doing with this initiative.
We have a 5-year strategic plan in Access Bank, and we have initiatives and programs across the entire 5-year program. It's a campaign wherein people are encouraged to recycle waste, and the outcome has been overwhelming. And we are getting feedback from even other stakeholders. They want to be part of what we are doing in Access Bank. So sustaining it will be a challenge because the way it has been received and the impact it has had so far, many more people want to be associated with it. and so therefore we have no concern around the sustainability of it. Our staff are also encouraged to ensure that we manage waste very responsibly, and this is one of such initiatives.
In the city's quiet corners, where rubber remnants lie in silent disarray, the urgency to address the environmental havoc caused by abandoned tires echoes louder than ever. It's a call to rethink our approach, seek sustainable solutions, and ensure that the rubber trails left behind lead to a cleaner, healthier future for our environment. And that's why Access Bank's two-pronged project of ensuring every child stays in school and to protect the environment towers higher and higher.